It looks like the debt ceiling doomsday, when Treasury hits its credit limit, just got a whole lot closer. Will they be auctioning off government furniture next week? The Department of Treasury just updated their cash account. Turns out it dropped $52 billion yesterday in one day to just 87 left, meaning the federal government, in theory, has about a day and a half before it hits its credit limit and has to immediately stop deficit spending. Yesterday's big drop, ironically enough, was a $50 billion interest payment on the debt. Even more ironically enough, a big reason for the X-day acceleration was the FDIC draining $40 billion out of Treasury last Friday to bail out failed banks. It only seems fitting that bank bailouts would be the one that breaks the piggy bank. Now, given the debt ceiling is a law, and the administration's sworn constitutional duty is to enforce the laws as written, in theory, that would mean Janet Yellen is probably spending the day working out what non-essential government spending to cut. Perhaps the billions handed out to illegal immigrants, or the pallets of dollars shipped to every dictator who finds himself short of cash. And of course, we're just kidding. That will not happen. Instead, cue the panic and cue the pain. Now, to be fair, they might limp along a few more weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they find a few tens of billions lying around the mega couch cushion that is the federal balance sheet, especially given the federal government itself does not know how much money it has. Roughly 1% of government agencies actually pass their legally mandated audits every year because the federal government is a gigantic black hole of money, which, come to think of it, might actually be one place to start balancing the budget. Still, we are coming down to the wire here, that glorious day when Americans are finally free from the trillion-dollar deficits, all thanks to a duly passed law of Congress and faithfully executed by our competent administration. So what is next? Most likely an accelerated version of what was going to happen anyway. The GOP gets some window dressing, like returning unspent COVID money that should have been returned a long time ago, and otherwise they get goose-stepped into greenlighting another couple trillion so that we can do this again next year, but at 33 trillion instead of 31 trillion of debt. And if, by some miracle, the GOP grows a backbone and insists on either real cuts or on just letting the ceiling hit to end deficits once and for all, well, in that case, expect the mother of fear campaigns from Biden, cutting every program Americans actually like, the human shields of Social Security, national parks, school lunches, even water inspectors, as Biden has already threatened, all to protect the garbage that's actually causing the deficits, bailouts, handouts to cronies, activists, and foreign countries at war. Now, I would dearly love to be wrong, but for now, expect them to pull out all the stops, trot out the human shields until they are paid. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.